With week one of the NFL season in the books, let's recap on how the Dallas Cowboys looked against their fierce rival and Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. And before we get started, let's talk about the biggest issue of the game, which isn't the game at all. It was the antics before the game between Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott. Now, to the people trying to defend what Jalen Carter did, which is spit on Dak, all because Dak spit outside of his huddle in the direction of Jalen Carter, when Jalen Carter shouldn't even have been in that position to begin with. He's about 5 to 15 yards outside of his huddle, just in front of their own huddle. Dak spits outside of his huddle. Jalen Carter takes offense to that. They go back and forth, and it proceeds to Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott. Now, that is just disgusting. As a human, you shouldn't do that. You took offense to something, so you level it up one more from spitting into the ground to spitting on him when you could have just, you know, let your actions speak louder and had the game of your life when you very easily could have, because the O-line that the Cowboys have, although it's good, it's very green and it's very raw, and he could have had the game of his life, shutting down the run, getting to Dak Prescott, where the Eagles clearly struggled against with no pressure, no sacks. So, all that just to get kicked out of the game without even getting a snap in, you're out. You cost your team, and you probably lost a couple of fans because of that. That is just disgusting. It's bad. It's a bad luck. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I hope he gets fined, suspended. People are talking about a game. No more. I need at least 3 because that's just awful. You don't do that. I give my hats off to Dak Prescott, who quite figuratively took it like a champ. He looked at it, laughed it off, just looked at the refs and said, "Did you see that?" And then he got kicked out. And Dak had a pretty good game off of that. So my hats off to Dak Prescott. And now that that's out the way, let's talk about the actual game in hand. And I want to start off with the positives. And the biggest positive for me that happened was the quarterback, Dak Prescott, having a really good game, shades of probably something we haven't seen in the past couple of years. And not just with his passing ability, but just the confidence that he has and that he's been having since he came into the league, which is just feeling the pressure, stepping up in the pocket, and sometimes just getting defenders off of him, almost like Tony Romo. Dak Prescott very much looked like he had the confidence back. Finally trusting his legs. He had one little good rush for first down, which was really good and nice to see. Although it kind of did look a little awkward, at least he did get it. He did decide to do it, and I'm just happy that that did happen. But in terms of the confidence, when you look at him and he is feeling that pressure, you just see him. You see him. You see the pressure. He just. It was really nice. A really nice throw. 15 yards down the field to CD. And the other one that, especially, I think a lot of the people would talk about this last year. A lot of things that he did was when the pressure would come in, he would just, pressure comes in, they get him, that's a sack. When that pressure came into him, he got him, get the off me, stepped up and let it rip. Just let it rip, man. Let it rip. And it was really good to see. It was really good to see that he has that sort of confidence in himself to, if it happens, it happens, but he's gonna let it fly. And he's gonna step up. He's not gonna take the sacks anymore. So I'm happy to see that. Another big positive was a guy playing his debut for the night, and that is Javonte Williams. Let me take a quick look at the stats that he had. just 15 carries for 54 yards, 2 or 3 passing for 10 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns down the line. Incredible. That's all I want. That's all I wanted to see was just a power back. Just we're in the goal line at the one. Just get in there, Just get in there. That's all I wanted to see, He's right there. Just get in there, And that's something we haven't seen in a little while. I think Rico kind of did it last year, but not as good as Javonte did it in the last game. I don't need 100+ yards. I don't need what Pollard was doing a couple years ago, which is just taking the game over with only 15 carries, and he would go for over 100 yards. I don't need that. I just need a guy who's reliable. Give me at least 4 yards to carry. That's all I need. I don't need all that big play. I don't need that. Shout out to Miles Sanders as well. He had a pretty good game outside of the fumble, which again, he shouldn't have been there to begin with. But I digress. He got you there. He had that big 40-yard carry down the field. Again, he should have scored, but it's whatever. It just gives me more confidence that when Jaden Blue does come in to play, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be a very good led offense, because it's big shades of what happened in 2016 when we were kind of going 50-50, in 2021 as well, was just 50-50 pass and then run, just run pass, run pass, play action pass, run. It's a sort of 50-50 game that they're playing with, and I like that they're going back to that. I think they finally do have the O-line. Shout out to Tyler Booker as well. He had a pretty good game, but they just need to get smarter with the personnel that they have, because again, Miles Sanders should not have been there. It should have why do we have a speed back at the 20-yard line? You're in the red zone. You're right there. You just need to put Javonte Williams. Just get in there, Just get in there again. Just get in there. Shout out to George Pickens as well. He had a very good, reliable game. I don't care about, again, 3 or 4 for 30 yards. Whatever, honestly. And that one incompletion, it was Dak throwing it to the back of the end zone. So it really is 3 of 3 for 30 yards. He was, and everything I wanted from a guy that is just there to get a PI. Throw it down, throw it deep. He's going to cause some trouble. Flag down. First down. It's easy. When you needed him, he take the hands out, and he's gonna catch it. Very reliable. I'm happy that he's starting to look like he's working out. But I think one of the last things I want to give credit for in terms of the positives was Brian Schottenheimer in his first game looked pretty good in terms of play calling. That's the one of the big things I was worried about was this is his first game as a head coach in general. They made it very clear in the beginning of the game that this is his first game, and I was very afraid to see how it would look, but he looked very confident, especially with time management as well. I think that's something he did pretty well at. I don't think I ever looked at the game and was screaming at the TV, you got to get it in. He was definitely fine. I think he was definitely ready for this for the situation. So hats off to him, the new offensive coordinator as well. And I think one last shout out is the defense. I do want to say good job to Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland. A lot of the secondary, when you can only give up, how many yards was it? When you can only give up 144 yards in the air, and a lot of that is from that one throw that Jalen Hurts did to Jahan Dotson. That's what, 104 passing when you have guys like AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert, and even Saquon as well. We're only keeping them to 104 yards in the air. That's hats off. I'm very excited. I just need them to be healthy. I need them to be healthy, and I will have my confidence back in that defense. Um, I think the run defense as well did pretty well in terms of containing Saquon Barkley. I think he only had like 60 yards rushing, which is again very good job there. Now, while we are on the topic of the defense, let's go into the negatives about the game, and that is the fact that while the four men were rushing on my front line, they just couldn't get any pressure, couldn't contain Jalen Hurts. That's one of the big reasons that we lost that game. Is that in the first half, Jalen Hurts was just running. He was just running around, doing whatever he wanted, going outside the pocket. Once they rushed in, just roll out. Just roll out to the right, roll out to the left. I'm going to step up, throw a little hitch route, check down, dump it off to Saquon. It's really disheartening when the offense was doing so well and then you go into the defense and then they just give up these stupid plays on third down especially. It was just so demoralizing. And then Elam, although I did like him in the game. He had a pretty good debut, I would say. A couple good tackles. He just got burnt on that one play, the biggest play of the night, which is that, like I said before, the deep throw to Jahan Dotson. And it just tells me that he just needs help downfield. And right now, I just don't trust him to be the one or the two. So if one of either Trayvon or Bland gets hurt, I just don't trust him to go downfield and cover a true one or a true two. I trust him to be in the slot or to have safety help, and that's okay. He's young. He's only in his third year in the league, so it's normal for that to happen to a guy like that. If he's already been outed by his original team, he has to come to us. That's fine. I'm okay with saying that he just needs help, and he should be okay. What's not okay is the fact that Jalen Tolbert is still playing for the Dallas Cowboys after all these years that he's been with us, and he's still allowed to play for the Cowboys. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jalen Tolbert is still allowed to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Are you kidding me? This is a man I just kept looking at. What is Tolbert doing? Oh my goodness. This guy's just slow on routes, giving up on routes. And then he's just confused when it's a screen. He'll just let people just get hit. There's a reason there were so many plays lost for yardage when Dak was throwing a screen to the receivers, because he's just whiffing on them. A guy's coming in and just whiffs. He just whiffs. It's either he doesn't know who to block or he just whiffs the tackle. Like, what is Tolbert doing? And then there was one play where he was open in the backfield on a play action. It was just either a tight end or Tolbert. Dak chose Tolbert. Tolbert didn't know he was going for him, so he gave up on the play. As soon as he realized, oh, he's going to throw it to me, he decides to speed up and he's just late to the ball. No. I'm tired. I'm tired of Jalen Tolbert. We need to bring up either Flournoy or Trayshawn, because I'm tired. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. He did nothing last year. He had that one good play against Pittsburgh. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with Jalen Tolbert. Send him somewhere. Cut him. I don't care. I don't want to see Jalen Tolbert play for the Dallas Cowboys anymore. He's been pissing me off since day one. People told me he was going to be big year 2, big year 3. I'm off. No. No, there's a reason last year it was all CD, because Jalen Tolbert couldn't play. This year, starting off, he still can't play. Now, not all the blame goes to Tolbert, although I do want to blame him for a lot of things. I can't put the full blame on him, because CeeDee Lamb, you being the number one guy, one of the best players on the team, one of the best players from your draft class, you can't go 7 of 13 dropping 4 balls. Like, no. You're an all-pro receiver. This is your 5th year. You're not in year 1. You're not in year 2. We're past those days. We're past those days. You are the true number 1 wide receiver. You deserve that 88 on your back. You cannot go 7 of 13, 4 drops, especially at the end of the game. Most of the drops came from the last drive. You had 2 big drops. The one on 4th down, you leap for it. Just keep going. You're fast enough. You need to be more confident in yourself when you're in that situation and that ball's coming to you. I don't know why you're leaping for it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to immediately go down. You have the timeouts. Every situation that could lead you to just speed up a bit, just go a little faster and get that ball in your grasp and just go down once you catch it. You don't have to leap for that, especially with the first drop as well. That's one that you just have to be confident with and get your hands out there. He's going with the body at that point. And no, man. No, man. You're too good for that. And although I do respect the fact that he did take accountability, not only during the game, you can clearly see like it's on me, especially at the end of the game when he's giving the interview talking about he just needs to change it up and catch it. I do respect that, but I need to see it happen. I really don't care that he said it. I'm happy he did, but I really don't care that he did. I just need to see a change. I need to see a change. There's times that I've seen him do that last year too, when I just needed him to make a catch and he's just dropping it. I just need you to make that change. And although I did give praise to him, that last drive in general, just what are we doing there? What are we doing there with the play calling? I feel like everybody there was just so under pressure to we just gotta go. Like, there's 3 minutes left. Calm down. We can run the ball. The running back's been doing pretty good. Give it to him for a couple carries, but we're just forcing passes when you really didn't need to. You have 3 timeouts. You have the 2-minute warning to your side as well. You could have just ran down the clock. That's the one thing I just didn't like, was that last drive where it was just so unneeded to go hurry. We gotta get the pass. I don't know, like he coached up such a good game. It was really good. Although like the offense kind of slowed down after the break from the rain delay. They kind of slowed down a bit. I still did like the play calling. It was just drops in general that kept happening. But that final drive, it was just, I don't know what it was. It was just so bizarre because the whole game was called really well. It was just that last drive that was just, what are we doing? You don't have to go this fast. Slow down the tempo, calm down. You just run the ball here and we'll be okay. All in all, I do think this is the best game they've played since 2023. Definitely better than any game I've seen last season. Last season they were awful. Probably before the Packers loss, I think this is the best game the Cowboys have played as a true unit altogether, offensively, defensively, special teams wise. I think this is probably the most competent I've seen them all play together. Not only just the players, but the coaches as well. I think they all did a really good job. Do I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl? Nah. Do I think they're going to go to the playoffs? I'm leaning a lot more towards yes than what I did last week after the Micah trade. As much as I love Trayvon, Duran, and a bunch of the guys on the D-line that are young, they're good, they're fast. And Kenny Clark as well. I really do like him. I just don't think we have that game wrecker that Micah was. I don't think we have a guy that can take over a game, go close to 20 sacks this season, a couple forced fumbles, a couple tackles for loss. I don't think we have that. I think Trayvon will do well. I think Duran will do well. Do I think they're going to have a good number of interceptions between them? Of course I do. They're good. Trayvon's definitely back healthy. Duran, I have very good faith in him to have the confidence again. Now that Trayvon's back, he's gonna ball hawk. He's gonna ball hawk a lot. I just need to see it more from them, more from the offense as well. I think having Overshown back is gonna help a lot as well, especially on the defense. Having a guy that can just, kind of mimic a Mike and just be there. He could just look at a guy, look at the quarterback, and just follow him, and then just close in like nobody's business. He's proven that he can do that. I just need him to come back 100% healthy, back to full speed, and if he can do that, the sky's the limit for him. But he just has to stay healthy, especially if he does come back early enough this year, and he gets hurt again. Like I just, he's so good, but he just needs to be healthy, stay healthy. Overall for the game, if I'm gonna give him a letter grade, I'm happy that they played well, but they didn't win. I'm happy that the defense kept them in enough because a lot of people were saying this is going to be a blowout. Eagles are going to blow them out. Cowboys stand no chance. Saquon's going to go for over 100. Jalen Hurts is going to be running and throwing the ball like crazy. That didn't happen. I'm happy it didn't happen. I'm happy that the Cowboys stood their ground, especially on the defensive side. Shout out to Matt Eberflus for coaching up a pretty decent game on defense. Keeping them to 24 points is very, very impressive. Like I said a bunch of the stats earlier before, the 144 total passing yards, Saquon under 70, just over 60 yards rushing. I think he was only like under 100 total yards because he didn't have that much on the air as well. They just didn't win though. Although they were there to win a lot of situations, put them in the place to win the game, they didn't do it. So I'll probably say like a C plus. I might say B minus, but because they just didn't win, I can't say B minus. I have to say it's a C plus game from the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm very optimistic about this season. I'm hoping they do go 10 wins. I think that's the ceiling. 10, 11 wins is probably the ceiling. I don't think they do more than that. I don't think they do less than, I don't think they go under 500 though. I think it has to be Dak getting hurt again, CD getting hurt again, for a long period of time, or another big defensive player like Duran or Trayvon getting hurt again to where they don't go above 500. So that gives me confidence, especially going into next year, with the 2 first round picks and the year after that as well. So the future is looking bright. They are getting younger. So it's just a matter of time to see.